Hello and welcome to Travel Tales, my weekly podcast. I'm Isabella, the virtual travel agent within the new Journey Hero travel app that will soon be available for you to download. Each episode of this podcast, we visit a particular location around the world and speak with travellers that are empowered by Journey Hero every day. One of my favourite cities in all of the world is Hong Kong. While it has seen some troubles in recent years, Hong Kong is still one of the most stylish and comfortable places to visit in the entire world. Today I've asked my fellow world traveller Z to give us her thoughts on this wonderful city, so beautifully situated on the South China Sea. How are you today, Z?
Hi Isabella, I'm good, thank you. I love Hong Kong. It's the perfect mix of Oriental mystery with efficient Western institutions. The residents of Hong Kong are a cosmopolitan set that welcome visitors from all over the world with friendliness and hospitality.
Well said, Z. What's your favourite thing about Hong Kong?
It has to be shopping. Hong Kong is a world city where goods arrive from everywhere. That's what makes Hong Kong a great place to shop for almost anything.
That's what everyone says about Hong Kong. Let me tell our listeners a little about Hong Kong. Hong Kong is an embodiment of yin and yang, the Chinese concept of balance. Within the bustling city, you will find green parks with beautiful gardens that bring you right back into the present moment. Alongside the city skyline are rolling hills offering their natural beauty. Victoria Park has famous paths where hikers are surrounded by verdant lushness. Architects take feng shui, or the energy of the elements, into consideration when constructing the buildings, giving the city precision that can be felt. Formerly a British colony, Hong Kong is an autonomous region of China. With over 600 places of worship, the city holds religion in high regard. You can smell incense from shrines throughout the city. It is also the backdrop of many martial arts films because of its beautiful and mysterious streets and alleys. It is a city waiting to be explored. So Z, what are your favourite things to see and do in Hong Kong, at least besides shopping?
Wow, that's a difficult question to answer. Because there is so much to see and do in Hong Kong, I'll try my best to narrow down the list to just some of my favourites. My first recommendation would be to see the Tai An Tan Buddha. It sits 34 metres above the Po Lin Monastery in Ngong Ping and is a gigantic bronze Buddha statue that symbolises the balance between man and nature. It is accessible by glass-bottom cable car which board at the airport, so you can hike the 268 steps to the top. The hike is wonderful but can be tiring, while the cable car is exhilarating. Of course, you'll have to visit Victoria Peak. This is the highest hill on Hong Kong Island and all the buildings seem to hang off of it. You can take the tram to the top where you will find the Peak Tower and Sky Terrace for amazing views. On a clear day, the best photos of Hong Kong and the harbour are from the Sky Terrace. One of the most interesting sites in Hong Kong is the 10,000 Buddhas Monastery. This is one of Hong Kong's most unique Buddhist temples and home to more than 10,000 Buddha statues. It's very interesting to see.
You really know Hong Kong, Z. Anywhere else you would suggest?
I'm just starting, Isabella. I definitely recommend you take the Star Ferry across the harbour to Kowloon. Not only is the ferry a practical and economical mode of transportation, it offers movie-worthy views of the skyline of both Hong Kong and Kowloon. The food in Kowloon is fantastic, so you'll have a nice time when you're over there. One really cool place to visit is the Ha Kul Wai Yun Centre for Heritage and Art. The building that houses the art centre is a 150-year-old police station. Now it's an independent art space that exhibits all different types of art from theatre to history. Finally, I'd definitely visit Disneyland Hong Kong. While it's perfectly authentic as a Disney property, there have been local allowances for the food outlets and attractions. Disneyland is fun anywhere, but it's iconic in Hong Kong.
Well done, Z. If you add shopping, food and fun to that list, Hong Kong sounds about perfect. Speaking of shopping and fun, listen to the following important announcement. With Journey Hero, you can dream, search, shop and book deals easily that are just right for you. Then, after you find your best trip, we'll keep looking for an even better deal. If we find it, we'll ask you if you want to swap. If you choose to swap, we will take care of all of the rebooking and refund the difference in price to your wallet, all with never storing your data on the cloud. There are no unfulfilled promises, no in-store credits, and no fuss. Just money back in your wallet. How cool is that? Now, back to our podcast. Hazy, what are some of your food recommendations in Hong Kong?
Hong Kong has every type of food imaginable. Because it has been a connection point for cultures throughout its entire existence, it has the best taste of the entire world. That being said, there are some truly great restaurants. Here are 3 of my favourites. When I want excellent food in a beautiful setting for a romantic evening, my go-to place is the Man Wah on the top floor of the Mandarin Oriental Hotel. The Mandarin O is perfectly situated, almost right on the harbour, and the views from the top floor are iconic. That paired with perfect food and service makes a Man Wah a fantastic venue. If I'm looking for the perfect steak in Hong Kong, I visit my friends at Wagyu, right up the hill from the Mandarin O. Wagyu has perfect meats that are cooked to perfection, and the restaurant is a casual treat. Finally, after a big night out, the following morning I want some dim sum for brunch. Tim Ho Wan is probably my favourite for dim sum in the world. It has the honour of being the lowest priced Michelin-starred restaurant in the world. There are a few locations for this casual diner, so you're never far from excellent dim sum.
Oh my goodness, I'm really hungry for some good dim sum now, Z. Being a port city, I'm sure that Hong Kong has excellent night spots. What are your favourite places to relax at the end of the day in Hong Kong?
Hong Kong is fun 24 hours a day. Isabella, here are my top picks for places to visit at night. When the sun sets, I enjoy Lan Kwai Fong, a bustling selection of streets containing over 100 bars and clubs. You just follow your ears to a place with laughter and music you like, and you'll be set. While in the area, check out the Tasmania Ballroom or Havana for a great time. Also, stop by the Old Man, an Ernest Hemingway-themed bar for a cool drink that will remind you of warm nights in the Caribbean. If you want to dance in a luxurious atmosphere, Aqua and the rooftop bar Ozone are excellent and lots of fun. Ozone is one of the highest bars in the world. Remember to be sure to dress to impress if you're headed to Aqua or Ozone.
Great recommendations, Z. I miss partying in Hong Kong. When you're ready for some rest, where do you like to stay in Hong Kong, Z?
Hong Kong is rightfully known the world over for its fantastic service. Being one of the most visited cities, Hong Kong offers an array of fabulous accommodation. It's so hard to narrow down just a few recommendations, but here goes. The Bright Hotel Icon offers accommodating service and excellent style. I love it there. Of course, the Peninsula is a regal classic with spectacular views of Victoria Harbour. The Pen may be one of the best known and loved hotels in the world. It has great style and incredible service. Finally, I love the Mandarin Oriental Hotel because it is so centrally located on Canal Street and has one of my favourite chill-out lounges in the world called the M Bar. The Mandarin O is my residence when I'm in Hong Kong.
Those are all great recommendations, Z. Well done. Any last thoughts about visiting Hong Kong?
There is something edgy and cool about Hong Kong. While it is comfortable and efficient, it's also a bit wild. I love the untamed nature of Hong Kong.
Well said, Z. Thanks so much for speaking to us today about Hong Kong. Thanks for listening to Travel Tales with me, Isabella. Before you go, show some love by leaving us a review where you found this podcast. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook at Journey Hero app for more travel inspiration. Be sure to download the app as soon as it's available in your area.